We'll repeat all that again. We have 5 more days.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
And then what happens?
I think someone said it's Friday night happy hour. Is that what I heard? Wait,
Not yet.
no. Okay, not yet. All right, so we have 5 more days of lives at 5. So you can join us. We're excited. And then it ends with this amazing rapid results planning meeting, which we call the strategic planning session. What I would like to do is know if you want to be invited to this strategic planning session, drop SP in the comments right now. SP, strategic planning. And let me tell you what it is. Terry and I are both donating 3 hours of our time each to help you develop a intentional results-based plan for 2021. And this is something that we've done several times with our clients, and they have paid the big bucks for this, and we have gifted this to you as long as you put SP down below in the comments. And we are super jazzed to spend the time to do this with you because we really want, I was going to say because, and I'm so used to not saying the word because anymore. It doesn't even, I correct myself when it does make sense in a sentence. We're going to help you because it's really critical for you to be set up for success for 2021 instead of doing this spray and pray kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Anything you want to add so far?
All right. Well, just make sure that you join us if you're not registered. Only if you're not registered for next Thursday, 3 full hours, 2 mentors helping you set up your entire 21 to be ridiculously successful. If you're not registered, just put SP for strategic plan, and we will make sure that you are a part of this. It's the only time we're doing this. It's a heck of a lot of our time. And as Velma so generously and kindly pointed out yesterday, in addition to that, we're coming here every day for 10 days doing all of these other trainings for you. So we're truly here in this community create value. This is not your typical Facebook group. You know, everybody like everybody's Instagram, and I'm really not sure what that's going to get you or why you need that person to follow you, because that's not going to make you money. It always cracks me up, and it's like, everybody follow each other on Facebook. Why? Who do you need to follow you and why? So instead, we come into this community to create value, and that's what we're here to do today. So first, I'm going to talk about what spray and pray is. Hopefully that intrigued you.
It definitely, yeah, every time I hear it, I kind of laugh hearing spray and pray.
It's fun and funny.
Yeah.
It is. So here's spray and pray marketing. And if you're guilty of it, don't feel bad about it. Trust me, we've all been there, done that. Just in the comments, put spray and pray. Like, just admit that you did it. Nothing wrong with it.
And an emoji. I just want to say, and a sad little emoji, you know, to show.
Or any other emoji that's appropriate.
For spray and pray.
Yeah, we'll take all emojis. I have one in mind. So what exactly does spray and pray mean? It means you spray your marketing all over the place and you pray that something's going to bring you a client, a patient, a customer. So you blog, you create content, you start a Facebook group, you go on LinkedIn, you post on Facebook, you create a report, you send out emails, you get on people's podcasts. I go on and on with all the crap that people do, which is why you feel like you have no time, why you're frustrated, why you're not making the money you desire and deserve, and why you're not creating a company and at the same time creating a delicious life. We want that to stop. So first thing, somebody put in the comments, end, kill, whatever, spray and pray, no more, okay? No more spray and pray.
Death to spray and pray is kind of what I like. Death to the spray and pray.
I like that. And you said this in something that you and I were chatting about. It takes away your time, your money, and your energy when you spray and pray, right?
Yep. Absolutely. It really needs to be targeted and focused, which is why, again, we're having the strategic planning meeting just to help you do that, because spray and pray, throwing spaghetti against the wall, whatever you want to call it, does not work. It does not work.
Yeah. One of the things that Barbara had said to me, and I really like this, it was kind of like using a shotgun to hit your target, right? Instead of a sniper rifle, which I kind of liked. The shotgun spraying the ammo everywhere. And, you know, maybe you'll get a piece here and there if your target, but I really liked this, like the sniper rifle, boop, zooms right in, dead center, nails it. And that's the way truly your marketing should work and is designed to work. So first, let's tell you the deadliest sin that you make potentially as a business owner. And if you just do it, just say sin one, it's okay. We all have these issues. So don't like feel, oh my God, be happy that we're recognizing it. So number one is you don't even have a strategic plan. You just wake up in the morning and go, what should I do today? You have no plan whatsoever. And failure to plan, number one reason that you will fail. No alignment between your marketing and between your selling. You're just kind of all over the place. So that's sin number one. And instead of doing that, Barbara, what should they do?
They should make sure that they have a strategic plan. So sin number one, and then I want you to slide right under with an SP if you're not already registered. If you're already registered and coming, you don't need to put in the SP because we know that you're going to have a targeted and focused strategic plan after the 10th. Look, I don't even remember the dates I'm doing.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Tell me about sin number two.
Sin number two is where you really just haven't bothered to sit down and really figure out your market. You don't understand the psychographics of your market. You really haven't spent any time identifying your market. You don't know the demographics of your market. You don't know how they think. How do they make their decisions? What are their needs? What are their wants? What are the actual real results that they tell you that they want instead of you thinking they want something? And of course, you need to target your marketing so you're speaking just to the right audience. Spray and pray is like, I'll just speak to everybody and hope somebody finds me. You want to be very specific on who is your audience, and you only want to speak with them. About 2 hours ago, I was invited to speak on a webinar, and somebody that I know and I like a whole lot. And I said, yeah, who's your audience? And she said, divorced moms. And I said, great. Do they have businesses? She said, no, they're stay at home. I said, I'm not the right one. You know, I'll recommend somebody else. She goes, no, but I really, really like you. I'm like, I really like you too. That's not my audience. Okay, stay in your lane. I say this freaking all the time. Stay in your lane. Do what you're good at. I was having a conversation, Barbara, with a private client of mine yesterday. And she said somebody's been teaching her how to set up a Facebook group, and she has like no members since April, right? Like I think she had like 100, maybe 200. And she's like, but I did everything he said. And I said, he's a great guy. That his Facebook group only has his clients. He's never had a Facebook group with prospects. So if you want to learn how to have a Facebook group that really is an effective group where you create value, and you educate, then you want to learn that from somebody who knows how to do that, right? So spray and pray isn't, let me start a Facebook group and let me ask all my friends and everybody I know to go into it. That's not your target audience. You know, I shared this recently, it still makes me laugh. Somebody invited me to join their Facebook group, somebody I know, and I went to check it out. And it was for women who are having fertility issues. Okay.
Are you sure you're not one of those? Okay.
Yeah, I think if I got pregnant now, it would be, you know, interesting. And I was like, okay, that's definitely not me. And she said, no, but I need more people. Why? Why not have less of the right people and make an impact and a difference? So instead of spray and pray, the right people. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that's so important because you meet all these people that say that they're influencers, right? And so they have like millions of followers or tens of thousands of followers because they're influencers, and they feel like this is a status symbol in some way. And it's like, having a gazillion followers is not going to do squat for your bottom line unless they're your ideal client and you're providing them value and they feel like they're being heard and they raise their hand and they say, I want to work with you. But if that doesn't happen, it does not matter. I mean, like, it's like a popularity contest that just has no merit whatsoever. It's like, oh, follow. That's why they do it in those groups. You know, they say, oh, drop your Instagram below so we can follow each other so I can look more important. Really?
Yeah.
I want someone that's going to give me flipping results, that understands my pain points, just like you said, that knows who I am, what keeps me up at night, what gets me excited, what makes me want to like do stuff and work with them. And all. That's what I want. Someone that cares, not someone that wants another flipping follower. So I
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I'm glad you said that. I had a very interesting conversation with Damon John. Some of you probably know him from Shark Tank, right? So I've gotten a couple of clients on Lion's Den, 2 clients there, and one client on Shark Tank. And I did the pitch for her on Shark Tank because she was a nervous wreck. And
Right.
at the time, I got to meet him and Kevin Harrington, a couple others. Anyway, I really resonate with him. So he had posted something on Facebook the other day. I had commented on something, and he private messaged me, and he said, read the comments below your comment and then get back to me. So I went over and I read it. So he had said something that I totally agree with in business. And I said, yeah, I'll back that up. And I gave evidence. And he said, we're so like-minded or something. Now, these are his followers, his millions of followers. He has a thread about, I couldn't even look at all the comments under mine. Neither of you, this is the crack up. Look who they're talking to, Damon John. Neither of you understand business and marketing, right? And they're going on and on. Well, I'm hysterical. Like, I'm on the floor laughing. So I messaged him back and I said, these are your people. And he goes, having millions of followers doesn't mean you have the right people. Boom, lesson, right? And I'm thinking, this just goes what we're talking about today. I would rather have 1,000 interested people follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, connect with me, wherever, than to have 25,000 people who could care less about what I have to say. So I want you as a Heartrepreneur community member to stop with this. Follow me here, follow me there, and let's all like each other's stuff today. If we're not why would I like your stuff or you like mine if we're not going to ever do business together? It doesn't make sense. So spray and pray is this ridiculous approach of thinking more is better. And this actually goes with sin number 3. Oh, by the way, if you're guilty of sin number 2, it's okay. Just sin number 2, just list it. Okay. We're not judging. We've been there. Okay.
Yes,
Let's
absolutely.
go to sin number 3. There is a difference between impressions and a direct contact. I'm going to say that again. Somebody capture those words, impressions versus direct contact, right? So impressions are like, I'm going to put my ad on the Super Bowl and X millions of people are going to see my ad because their TVs will be turned to the Super Bowl. And you may think, that's going to be crazy for my marketing because I'm going to be seen by millions and millions of people. So what if you're doing a commercial for, I'll use Pepsi, right? Millions and millions of people see it, but only a handful of those people actually are interested in drinking Pepsi. Big companies, huge companies, waste mega bucks. They have them, and that's what they do. They do spray and pray, okay? They have the money. We don't as small businesses. I was part of a study, it's come back quite a while ago. See if you know the name of it. Somebody does, put it in the comments. There was a commercial that used to say, plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. If anybody
I'm
knows.
glad you were part of that study, the plop plop study. I'm wondering what part of the study were you? Were you the plop plop or were you the fizz?
I was the fizz fizz for sure. You know that.
Thank you for that. That's just made my afternoon.
Clarifying question.
Right, plop plop below.
Yeah, this will be the most interesting comments we've ever seen. But if you know what that product is, say it, just put it in there. And so let me tell you what the study was. They took a whole group of marketers, and I was one of them, and we did focus groups with people, and we asked, did you see the commercial? And out of every 100 people in a room, 98 people would have seen the commercial, which we thought, wow, they're spending their marketing money wisely. The second follow-up question was, and what company is the commercial for? Less than 4% of the people either knew the name of the company at all or got the name of the company right. And by the way, what they told people the company was, the most common answer was Pepto-Bismol. And that was not the company.
No.
Okay? Was not the company. So they were spending, and they stopped. That campaign went off television very quickly. They stopped doing that campaign because they were spraying and praying. Let's get our brand in front of people, in front of people, in front of people. And the audience was not the right people. So if we're not going to spray and pray, we want to make sure that we have direct contacts that are paying attention versus a ton of impressions. So think about this. if I put something on Facebook and 500 people see it and none of them are my target audience, I could care less. If I put something on Facebook and 18 people who are really interested in my products or services see it, that's a direct impression, right? That makes sense. So when we send out our emails, we look at open rate and we look at click rate, and we actually get rid of people who don't open or click after, I think it's 6 or 7 times. We don't care. And let me give you an example. We used to have 55,000 people on my email list. And then I realized, having all of those tons of impressions, it sounds so good, not a lot of people were opening. So then we sent something out and we said, if you don't respond to this and say, I want to stay, you're gone. And then we're down to 19,000. And a few years later, I said, let's do it again. And then we went down to around 9,100. And I think right now we're at about 11,000. And we're just about to do this again, where we start knocking people off. You only want direct impressions. You want direct people who download things from your website. We teach consumer awareness guide. We teach an automated webinar. You are directly speaking to your prospects. They're directly responding in some way. Anything you want to say about that?
Let me ask you a question, Terry. Based on your experience, I know sometimes people like to have large lists on email because then they can go to like summits and cross-refer, and or they get a book or whatever because they have following. When do you think that is okay?
I actually don't think it's okay to have a big list without a big click rate and open rate. And okay. When I go on to like large webinars or get in front of people, the first questions that they ask me are, how many people are on your list?
Right.
And can we see, not don't tell me, can I see your open rate and click rate? Okay. Mm-hmm. So recently somebody wanted to be on my radio show, and I just couldn't find this person. Like, they didn't seem to exist on social media, their website. I do a lot of research and I didn't really see anything. And so they said, no, but I'll be sending out the show through email. I said, that's great. How many people are your subscribers? And I don't remember, 6,000 or something. Which is a good number. And I said, great, what's your open rate? I never heard from the person again. Okay. So those numbers aren't important to people anymore. And to get a publishing contract, the one that I recently got, another one with Morgan James, which I'm thrilled about, it wasn't how many people are in your email list. It was how many people that subscribe to your email list read your freaking emails. Let me see that. Yeah. They watch my social media to see how many people engage. It doesn't matter that I have thousands and thousands of people if nobody engages. I pre-sold, as you know, 600 copies of the conversion equation, so they knew that I had an audience, right? So I'm glad you asked that question for clarification.
Because I do think a lot of people try, they build their list because they think that's going to get them all of these opportunities. And, again, like you said, it's the open rate and it's the click rate and it's the engagement that's really important. And if you're just looking at numbers, it doesn't mean anything. Love it.
And let me say this then also, one of the things that I really pay a lot of attention to now is not building an email list. I'm going to say that again, not building an email list. It's very hard to get emails to deliver, and it's getting harder and harder and harder. Instead, if you miss the videos on other people's audiences, you're in the group, go to the search feature, look under videos, and you will see 2 videos. They were both done on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I did a major training on other people's audiences. I followed it up on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, where I went into great detail on exactly how to do this. I'm not interested in building my email list, just to tell you the truth. I could care less. Every single week, at least 1, if not 3 times, I am creating value for other people's audiences. And those people have my exact target audience, and I'm helping, I'm educating, and I'm creating value for them. So that is part of your strategic plan as well. So if you've sinned on number 3 and you're just like, let me just get a bunch of people, just put 3. Let's talk about 4.
Yep, sin, put 3 under there and then put strategic plan.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, do you want me to start on that one?
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
All right. So sin number 4 is you don't track the results of your marketing efforts, right? So it's, again, it goes back to that spray and pray. I'm going to do this. 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 And you don't even know what's effective and what's working. So if you're not tracking and seeing what works, how do you know what to stop? You don't. You just keep on going. And I think it's that Bob Newhart thing you want to share with us. If someone just is not tracking and throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there, what is that, Terry?
Can I do my Bob Newhart thing?
Please.
Stop it! Stop it! Okay, if you guys haven't seen that, it's like the best lesson ever. Go to YouTube, put in Bob Newhart, stop it, okay? It's the best advice ever. Somebody put in stop it.
Yep, it's hysterical. So honestly, I mean, you really do, you need to know your numbers. You need to know your finances, but you also need to know what are you doing, how many leads are coming from whatever that is, how many of those leads are actually having a conversation with you or purchasing, or how many are converting to clients. You have to have these numbers. If you don't, you are missing the flippin' boat. And I can tell you, sin number 4, almost every single person that we've worked with doesn't do it until they're told to do it. So you need to be tracking this. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can literally do an Excel spreadsheet, or even on Word, do a damn table. It doesn't matter. Sticky notes, I don't care what you do, but you need to look at each area that you're doing any kind of marketing tactic. Again, you need the strategy first, but whatever tactic it is, how many leads, how many conversions, how many transactions, what's the average price, how much of that money are you keeping? I mean, those are critical pieces. Terry, take it.
Let me say this. I won't tell you what group this is in, but this is in a group where I go in maybe once a month and I just see if I can create any value. It's not my target audience. It's just that the owner of the group is a friend of mine and I've been supporting him for 20 years. So somebody had asked in the group, how much time do you spend on discovery calls, and how do you know if people are right for discovery calls? So I went in and said, well, I don't actually believe it's important to do discovery calls with the wrong people. So you should have a way of qualifying people. And my words were this: you don't want tire kickers. And the guy wrote back to me, I saw it this morning, and he said, "You are so rude and disrespectful." And I was like, that's an interesting response. I said, I'm the CEO of my company. How many of you have been with us?
Company, yes.
Company, right? I'm the CEO of my company. Why would I spend my time talking to the wrong people that either I can't help or aren't serious about having my help? Like, what kind of a CEO would you be if you sat around all day having conversations with people, pardon my expression, to shoot the shit, okay? I don't take up people's time. If I'm a prospect and I'm like, I'm not going to buy this thing, I don't take up anybody's time, or, oh, I don't have the money for that, but let me talk to the person. And I wouldn't be disrespectful of that person's time. So I found that interesting. And again, that's the mentality of spray and pray. Let's just talk to everybody and let's hope we get somebody, which is why so many entrepreneurs struggle. They have to pray because they don't have a strategic plan. They don't have proven results-based marketing. And you know what you really don't have? You don't have the conversion equation. So Barb, can I jump in and teach that a little bit since we've
Yes, you absolutely can talk about the conversion equation. One of the things I just wanted to add there is it's those people that say it's a numbers game, right? So if I have conversations with 2,000 people, one of them is going to wind up signing out with me. And it's like, no. You're going to have no flipping free time. You're going to be miserable, and you're going to do it for $3,000 total. Keep praying. So yes, please, let's talk about the conversion.
Yeah. So again, if you're making any of these things, just jot them down. Don't feel bad about it. And then the other thing that I'll just say about that, so if you have all these conversations, like Barbara just said, with all the wrong people, you're not going to make any sales anyway. Just think about it. If you work at a Lamborghini dealer and the only people you talk to all day long can afford a $25,000 car, you could talk to hundreds of thousands of them. What good would that do, right? So qualify that you are speaking with the right people. I had somebody show up who wants me to help them, and they're in the middle, they're an entrepreneur who has tons of intellectual property. They want me to help them create some IP. I don't do that. Okay, I could, but it's not my specialty. I help service-oriented businesses. Barbara and I do that together as well to create more revenue and more free time, period. No, I'm not going to help you develop a widget. It's not going to save the planet. It doesn't interest me. It's not going to be a high value. All right. Conversion equation. If you don't know this, you need to really listen. And if you think you know it, I want you to also listen because most people don't use it right. I was having a call with a prospect yesterday and he thought he was just like really got it. And I said, what's the conversion equation? He goes, I know exactly what it is. I said, oh, that's awesome. He goes, that's how many people you speak with and how many you convert. I'm like, interesting. Those are conversion numbers and ratios. No. So here's the conversion equation, and this is what you want to use in all of your marketing. It is proven and it works. First, it's got 4 points. The first point is interrupt. Write that down, interrupt. Listen, people are busy. They're scrolling on the internet, they're glancing at emails, they're barely paying attention. They're multitasking, they've got their kids at home, you know, on Zoom, they're schooling them. There's a million things. They say every single day we see a minimum of 11,000 ads sitting in our homes, on our email, on our social media. We are bombarded. So our human brain is in what is called downtime. And downtime basically means unconsciously our brain isn't noticing all this crap, it's filtering it all out, okay? So it doesn't matter how many times you put your mumbo jumbo in front of my brain, it's not even registering, I'm in downtime. You need to snap that human brain into uptime, wake us up, right? Wake me up. Sorry, I'm not going to sing. We didn't like that yesterday.
No one gave comments when you did that. No emoji.
Nobody wants me singing. You need to instantly interrupt somebody. And how do you interrupt them? You have to speak right to them. So if you work with men who are looking for a romantic partner, you say, are you a single male, 20 to 25, looking for a romantic partner? So then if it's me, I go into uptime. If it's not me, I'm like, no, I stay in downtime. You have to talk directly to your audience. Most of you don't. I even look at some of you who have Facebook groups, and by the name, I don't even know who the audience is for, okay? So after you interrupt, now you have me in uptime. The human brain still goes right back into downtime. This is how our brains are programmed. You can't help it, I can't help it. It's like, oh, that's for me. And then a second later, if it's not engaged, it goes back to sleep. So interrupt is number 1. Number 2 is engage. Now that you got me and I'm like, yes, I'm a male looking for a romantic partner. Whoa, that's me. You have to engage me with something that interests me. Could be something factual. It could be data. It could be tantalizing, something that makes me go, oh, I want to know more. Okay, so interrupt is a headline, engage is a sub-headline. And this is whether you're talking, whether you're doing a video, whether you're doing a Facebook post, whether you're writing a blog. Okay, after you interrupt, after you engage, the next thing that you have to do is educate. Instantaneously, you have to start teaching me something that I will value. So I'm a man looking for a romantic partner, and you say, I have 3 tips that will absolutely make sure that the next date that you will have the most romantic date you've ever had, okay? So now I'm like educated, I'm learning something, and here's what you need to do. So that education keeps my brain in uptime, and now you have me in a hyper state of I'm interested, I'm focused, I'm listening, I'm hearing, I'm paying attention. Once I'm in that state, you've interrupted, just in this order, you've interrupted, you've engaged, you've educated. The final thing you do is you offer. And I want to be clear here. Offer doesn't mean, let me instantly sell you. Go buy my course, take my product, pay me. No. That's like, we barely even met and I'm like, nice to meet you. Do you want to have sex?
I was going to say you could have the offer, like put in your email and I'll give you my catalog of amazing women that are going to change your life. That's irresistible, right?
That could be very irresistible. That offer is irresistible and compelling that you put in. So it could be download my free consumer awareness guide, or listen to my 20-minute webinar and where I reveal the top 5 things that you need to do in your next date, or whatever it is. You must do it in this order. Conversion equation is interrupt, engage, educate, offer. Get those. Somebody get all of those in there. And my new book on this, for those of you who didn't get one of the 600 pre-publication copies, that book will be out approximately in August. However, in the meantime, start using the formula. Interrupt, engage, educate, and offer, and stop doing what? Spray and pray.
We got sniper that we talked about earlier, not trying to shoot someone with a shotgun, right?
There you go. What else do you want to add?
I think that's enough. I think we've done good. Again, we want to encourage you to come with us on December 10th from 1 to 4 Eastern Time to our strategic planning session called the Rapid Results Planning Session. It is going to be very, very beneficial for you to get set up for success for 2021. We're here to help you. We really care. We really want to help you, and we're excited. So if you are in, put SP in the comments, only if you're not already registered. Please don't make me give you links when you're already on the darn list. No more. So get it in there, and we'll have lots of fun. It's already next week. And then tune in for the next 5 days at 5, and we'll be doing some more lives at 5. That's all I got.
That's all we got. So tomorrow night, Saturday night, live at 5 Eastern. We will see you then. Bye for now.
Bye for now.